Social Studies today takes us on another adventure out to the west, Hollywood, California. And thanks to Ashlyn, I have a trophy here from Hollywood. Looks very much like the Oscars that they pass out in Hollywood. So, gives us a little kind of glimpse of where we're headed today. Business and pleasure. You're enjoying another beautiful sunny day of vacation in Southern California. Yesterday you went hiking in the Santa Monica Mountains near Los Angeles. Today you just want to relax on the beach and splash in the gentle waves of the Pacific Ocean. Suddenly you hear shouts coming from the water. It looks like a swimmer's in trouble. You wonder why people are simply standing around and watching. Then you see a person behind a big camera. A woman shouts into the megaphone, "Cut!" The swimmer laughs. It's then you realize they're making a movie. Many movies are made in Los Angeles, California, and for a good reason. Because California has a sunny, pleasant climate, the area around Los Angeles is an excellent location for filming movies and television shows. Over time, the entertainment industry has grown in Los Angeles. You may wonder sometimes why the numbers are here. I'm using the teacher's edition because it fits better in the camera, so you'll see a little bit along the edge and some things throughout that you may not see in your own book. The pleasant climate around Los Angeles has drawn many other businesses to the area. People from across the United States and around the world come to Los Angeles to live and work. The rapid growth of Los Angeles has made it the second largest city in the United States. People also travel to Los Angeles to visit its many attractions. Tourism is an important industry. Whether they're relaxing on the beach or riding on a roller coaster, people enjoy visiting Los Angeles. The cities of the West are as varied as the region's landscape. About 1,000 miles north of Los Angeles is the city of Seattle, Washington. Seattle's economy depends on a number of different industries. Many companies that make computer software, programs that help computers run certain functions, have their headquarters in or near Seattle. Ships and jet airplanes are also built in the area. Tourists to Seattle enjoy the city's historic districts and parks. Sightseers can ride the monorail, an elevated train. Just remember these little hyphens here mean they're taking time out of the sentence, kind of like we use commas, to explain what this term means. So computer software is programs that help computers run certain functions, and the monorail is an elevated train through the city to the Space Needle. This tall tower has a wide view of the Seattle area and nearby mountains. Salt Lake City, Utah is hundreds of miles south and east of Seattle. Salt Lake City lies on the shore of the Great Salt Lake from which the city takes its name. Like Seattle, Salt Lake City's economy depends on varied. We learned this word varied early this year. It means lots of different things, different ways, different, just plain different on varied industries. Salt is an important resource in the Salt Lake City area. The Great Salt Lake is a saltwater lake. About 2.5 million tons of salt, or 2 5/10 of salt, are drawn each year from the area surrounding the lake. Mining is also important to Salt Lake City. One of the world's largest open-pit copper mines is located near the city. Valuable minerals such as lead and silver are mined as well. Tourists come to Salt Lake City to enjoy its rich history. Nearby mountains also attract people who enjoy skiing and other winter sports. Seattle and Salt Lake City are very different places. Still, they're both examples of the strong, busy cities of the West. Let's move this down so we can see this picture. This is one of the world's largest open-pit copper mines in the mountains west of Salt Lake City, and you can see barely the huge, enormous trucks here moving into this mine. So you can get a little picture of how incredibly big that mine is. This is a picture from space, and it shows the populations of Los Angeles, California, Seattle, and Salt Lake in comparison here. And here we have Seattle. That's what this city is from a satellite picture. As we move to the next page, we see this is the Pacific Ocean, and here's Hawaii in the middle of it. Here's California and Alaska. So this is our United States of America. Across the Pacific Ocean, we have Japan and China, Asia, Taiwan, these places. These are called the Pacific Rim countries that are over here. And we're going to look at the trade that takes place between the United States and these countries here, Japan, China, Taiwan, Asia, the Pacific Rim countries. Pacific Rim countries are nations that border the Pacific Ocean. The United States trades many resources, goods, and services with these countries. Trade between countries is called international trade. Ports in the West carry on international trade with other Pacific Rim nations. The United States imports electronic equipment and cars from Japan. That's what this little symbol stands for, and cars. Some of the main things we get from Japan. Meat and minerals are imported from Asia. And so you can see in Asia, actually I don't know what they have marked for meat and minerals there, but clothing and food from China. So we have a shoe, I guess, to stand for our clothing. The United States also exports products to Pacific Rim countries. Movies made in Los Angeles and computer software made in Seattle are important U.S. exports. Hawaii exports agricultural products such as sugarcane, coffee, and pineapples. In addition to the exchange of goods between these countries, ideas, languages, and traditions pass along this international trade route. So this makes the ocean look small, but of course it's not, just so we can see all the countries around the Pacific Ocean, and we know that trade takes place constantly between nations. You've read many reasons why the West is a great place to live in or visit. You can enjoy viewing the region's natural beauty and wildlife. Wouldn't that be awesome? Maybe you've gotten to do some whale watching. I don't know if you've been that close. I have not. That would be so cool. You can climb up mountains or ski down them, Jack and Zach, in many western states. You can live and work in a place with many natural resources. The West has something for everyone. It's been fun studying the West. Let's look at our last 3 points here. The climate and industries in Los Angeles help it grow in population. Remember, Los Angeles is largely known that the region of California, Hollywood and Los Angeles, those areas are made for or known for their movie making, movies shown around the world. And Seattle and Salt Lake are examples of strong western cities. They produce many things that are traded with other nations. And the United States and the countries of the Pacific Rim trade many resources, goods, and services. That is the end of our book, but you might want to check out yourself reading this. This is pretty interesting about Thomas Bradley and what he did in the city of Los Angeles. The end of our Regions book.